Hello friends, today we are going to learn chapter 1.3 on the wings of courage. This lesson is based on the story on the biography of Arjun Singh, who was the Air Chief Marshal of our Indian Air Force. So let's start with the lesson. On the wings of courage. Air Force Marshal Arjun Singh, an icon of India's military history, will always be remembered as a war hero who had successfully led a young Indian Air Force during the 1965 Indo-Pak War. In Air Force Marshal, Marshal is the highest rank in the Indian Air Force. It is the highest rank. You must remember this. Highest rank in the Indian Air Force. It was conferred to Arjun Singh. An icon of India's military history will always be remembered as a war hero. Why a war hero? Because he has won many wars which has given India its winning trophy. Who has successfully led a young IAF. What is IAF? Indian Air Force. Indian Air Force. Okay. During the 1965 Indo-Pak War. Indo-Pak War, India-Pakistan War. And during 1965, it was our Second World War going on. During our Second World War, he had led the Indian Air Force and we were successful in that war. You can see here, he was leading the marshal over there. He was leading the Air Force. The only officer to attain the highest post of a marshal. He was the only officer to attain this post. The Air Force equivalent to Army's 5-star Field Marshal. This marshal, the name marshal, which is equal. You have seen the army, who will be the head of the army. He will be having the 5 stars over here, the 5 stars of batches over here. And this marshal post is equal to Army's 5-star Field Marshal. Okay. The only officer to attain the highest post of the marshal, the Air Force equivalent equal to Army's 5-star Field Marshal. Singh was fearless, exceptional pilot who had flown more than 60 different types of aircraft. Actually, whoever is a pilot, he is given only 1 or 2 types of aircraft to fly because they become expertized in that aircraft. But this person, he was an exceptional person because he has almost used and he has flown 60 different types of aircraft, which is very big thing actually. Because a pilot is given only 1 or 2 aircraft to study, to learn, but 60 different kinds of aircraft is really a very big achievement. He played a major role in transforming the Indian Air Force into one of the most potent air forces globally and the first biggest in the world. At that time, Arjun Singh, he was leading the Indian Air Force, and that time it was the most potent means powerful. It was the most powerful air force all over the globe, all over the nations on the globe. It was the most powerful nation. Who has made it? Who had led it? It was led by Arjun Singh at that time when Indian Air Force were the most powerful all over the globe. And it was the 4th biggest in the world. Biggest in the sense, biggest in case of all the soldiers or equipments or aircraft. It was the 4th largest one in the entire world and it was led by Arjun Singh at that time. It was a very big thing. His contribution to the Indian Air Force is monumental to the least. Monumental, of great importance. Enormous, big. His contribution to the Indian Air Force is very big, very important to the least. The Indian Air Force grew with him. What does this mean? As his tenure in the Indian Air Force, as his time was passing, as he was contributing more and more to the Indian Air Force, the Indian Air Force was growing with him. It was enriching with him. It was getting enormous with him. He was the epitome of military leadership in classical sense. What does classical mean? Traditional sense. Traditional sense. Okay. He was the epitome. What is epitome means? A perfect example. He was the perfect example of military leadership. You know, we all know many leaders in various kinds, but in the military leadership, he was a real example in the classical sense, and it is therefore not surprising that he was honored with the rank of Air Force Marshal. Former Vice Chief of Indian Air Force Kapil Kak said, Here is the picture of Kapil Kak, who was the Vice Chief of Indian Air Force at that time. And literally, Arjun Singh was a very, very, very capable person, and it is not surprising for anybody because he was given the Marshal, Air Force Marshal rank. And for your knowledge, this rank is given to only that person who has given extraordinary support, who has given extraordinary his achievements to the nation, dedication to the nation. And this is not rank was given to any of the pilot all over the globe. This rank is given to only 3 people, and Arjun Singh was one of them. You must remember this. This is a very important achievement in the history of India, because Indian Air Force Marshal is the rank given to Arjun Singh, and which is very, very, very important. Singh was honored with the rank of Marshal on Republic Day 2002, almost 18 years back. On Republic Day, he was conferred the Indian Marshal rank. This is a very historic moment for India. Sams Harmuzji, Framji, Jamshedji Makshaw and K.M. Chariappa were the only 2 army generals honored with the rank of the Field Marshals. Yes, only 2. This Indian Marshal, Air Force Marshal, I said you, this was given to only 3 people till date. After these 3 people who, K.M. Chariappa and Sam Harmuzji, Framji, Jamshedji Makshaw, these 2 people and our Marshal Arjun Singh, these 3 people were only given the award of the rank of Marshal, and none other is given till date. Okay, this is these people were history kind. These people made history in our India by gaining this rank, which is really rare. Known as a man of few words, guys, you have to remember this: a man of few words. What does this actually mean? Expansion of ideas come in your writing skill part in your question paper, and there can come one thing: action speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than words. Okay, louder than words. And there you have to write an examples for expansion of ideas. What could be a perfect example, an epitome for this phrase, for this expansion of idea? It could be Arjun Singh, because he was the person who was known for the man of few words. He was speaking very less, but his actions were really very, very, very glad. Like, I can give an example for this. When our APJ Abdul Kalam had passed away, at that time, respected Arjun Singh was in the wheelchair. And when he passed away, APJ Abdul Kalam, though he was not able to stand up, he stood up there and he saluted our APJ Abdul Kalam, because he was the chief of the Air Force. He was the chief of the Indian Commission, actually, Abdul Kalam. So that was his action which really spoke. He did not speak anything, but his action was greater than anything else. He was not able to stand up, though he stood up and saluted our President of India. That was really an historic moment. Singh was not only a fearless pilot, but also had profound knowledge about air power and applied it in a wide spectrum of areas. Wide spectrum in a broad areas. Okay. He was a fearless pilot. Whatever wars were coming, whatever challenges were coming across him, he was fighting with them fearlessly. He was very, very, very strong person, but also had profound knowledge, profound of great importance. Great importance. Okay. He had profound knowledge about air power. He was having complete knowledge of air power and applied it in wide spectrum of areas. Singh had assiduously led the Indian Air Force during the 1965 war and denied success to Pakistan Air Force, though it was better equipped with American support. His most outstanding contribution was during this war, said Kak. Assiduously working hard and showing careful attention to details. Okay. Singh had worked hard to lead the Indian Air Force in 1965 war. And during this time, Second World War was going on. And he had participated in that war, leading the Indian Air Force. At that time, Pakistan was having the support of America, and you know that America was a very strong and still is a very strong country. And that time, Pakistan was having the support of America. Though at that time, as per my knowledge, India was having support of Russia. But as compared to America, Russia was not that strong. But though we were not strong, we were not well equipped as like Pakistan, though we won. Though we won the 1965, the Second World War, because it was led by Arjun Singh, he had really contributed a lot to India for us, for our winning. We can see here, Singh had worked hard. Singh had worked hard and led the Indian Air Force during the 1965 war and denied success. Denied success, we won. Success was denied to Pakistan and we won. Denied to Pakistan Air Force, though it was better equipped with American support. Equipped, they were having many aircrafts or like many soldiers or like they were having all kinds of things which can make them win. But yes, we won. His most outstanding contribution was during this war, said Ka. He had led many wars, but its best contribution was during this war, 1965, Second World War. Okay, he had led the army at that time. Commending his role in the war, Y.B. Chavan. Who is Y.B. Chavan? The then defense minister. At that time, suppose in 1965, he was the defense minister. But later on, after we got the independence, after 1947, he was the first chief minister of Maharashtra. He was Yashwantrao Chavan. Yashwantrao Chavan. Okay. Yashwantrao Chavan. At that time, before our independence, he was the defense minister and later he became the first chief minister of independent Maharashtra. He said, Indian Air Marshal Arjun Singh is a jewel of a person. Jewel? He is a gem. He is a gem of a person, quite efficient and firm, unexcitable but very able leader. He was efficient and firm. Whatever decisions he used to take, whatever decisions Arjun Singh used to take, he was firm with that. He did not change always. What decision he took, he was firm with it. Unexcitable. He used to not get excited very quickly. Whatever happened, we won the match, yay. He was not of that kind. He used to be calm. We won, okay, we won. We lost, okay, we lost. He was not at all excitable. He was just calm personality, but a very able leader. Yes, he was an able leader. In 1944, the Marshal had led a squadron against the Japanese during the Arakan campaign. At that time, during 1944, we were not independent. It was not independent India. So, India had to support the Britishers because we were under the British empowerment. So, at that time, it was led by Arjun Singh and we were fighting with Britishers against the Japanese during 1944. The Marshal had led a squadron. What is squadron? An air unit with flights of aircrafts. Okay. Had led a squadron against the Japanese during the Arakan campaign. You can see a picture over here. This was of the Arakan campaign. Flying close air support mission during the crucial Imphal campaign. And this is the Imphal campaign you can see in this picture. Okay. Flying close air support missions during the crucial, very, very important. Very important. Okay. Crucial or you can say sensitive. Because it was very okay. Flying close air support missions during the crucial Imphal campaign and leader helped the advance of the Allied forces to Yangon, formerly Rangoon. At that time it was today it is called as Yangon, that particular place you can see, okay, it is not there. Yangon, and formerly earlier at that time during the war it was called as Rangoon and today we call it as Yangon. As like earlier we used to call Mumbai as Bombay and today we call it Mumbai. So in the same way at that time it was called Rangoon and today it is called Yangon. Okay, let's go forward. Okay, in recognition of his feat. What is feat? Feat is achievement. Achievement. In recognition, realization. Realization. Okay. In realization of his achievement, he was awarded a Distinguished Flying Cross on the spot by the Supreme Allied Commander of Southeast Asia, the first Indian pilot to have achieved it. Genuinely, it is a very big award. Distinguished Flying Cross Award. It was given by this person who is the Supreme Allied Commander of Southeast Asia, and this award is usually given to people who has given a great what to say who has achieved great things and who has contributed a lot during the war. And during that 1944 war against the Japanese, he Arjun Singh had given so much of contribution for our winning that on that particular spot, at that spot only, the Supreme Allied Commander of Southeast Asia conferred him this award, which is known as the DFC, Distinguished Flying Cross Award. You can see over here. On the spot by the Supreme Allied Commander of Southeast Asia, the first Indian pilot to have achieved it. Yes, he was the first Indian pilot who got this award, which is very, very, very important award. Okay, let's go forward. Singh was selected for the Empire Pilot Training Course at Royal Air Force, Carnville, in 1938 when he was 19 years old. He retired from the service in 1969. To get a Marshall Award, we have to be for a long tenure in the Indian Air Force. Like you can see here, when he was 19 years old in 1938, he had joined the Indian Air Force. And from that time, you will see in the further lesson, again and again, he was just promoted to again higher awards, higher awards. Why? Just because he had started in the earlier age so that he can contribute much and much. Like you can see from 1938 to 1969, it's almost 31 years of span. Yes, it is a 31 years of span. 31 years he has contributed to the Indian Air Force, and each and every time he had given his best. And so as he was going and going, his awards, his position was promoted and just promoted. Okay, and he was selected for the Empire Pilot Training Course in the Royal Air Force, Carnville, when he was 19 years old. At that time he started because he had taken, where had he taken the training? In Carnville, okay, when he was 19 years old, and he retired from the service in 1969. Okay. Singh was born on April 15, 1919 in Lalpur, now Faizabad, Pakistan, and completed his education in Montgomery, now Sehwal, Pakistan. At that time, India was not divided. India divided after our independence, that is 1947. So at that time it was in United India, and that time our Singh was born in Pakistan, which is now in Pakistan, Lalpur, which is now in Pakistan, Faizabad, and completed his education in Montgomery, now Sehwal, Pakistan. Okay, his first assignment on being commissioned. What is commissioned? As a military officer. As a military officer. Okay. His first assignment on being commissioned as military officer was to fly Westland Wapiti using the biplanes in the Northwestern Frontier Province as a member of number 1 RAF Squadron. Okay, what is biplanes? It is given over here. All type of aircraft having two pairs of wings, one over the other. You can check out the pictures on the webs now. All type of aircraft having two pairs of wings, it is like somewhat like this, wings one over the other. And his first assignment when he became a military officer was by using this biplanes and to go to the fly West Wapiti using the biplanes, which is in the Northwestern Frontier Province, as a member of RAF Squadron. He was a member when he became the first time the military officer. He was a member of number 1 RAF Squadron. It is a squadron. It is a group of officers, and which he was a member of number 1 RAF Squadron. Okay. After a brief stint, what is brief stint? After a short period of work, or you can say it's tenure. After a tenure. Okay. After a short tenure with the newly formed number 2 RAF Squadron, now another squadron was made. Another group of members was made. It was newly formed, where the marshal flew against the tribal forces. And in this team, he had to fight against the tribal forces. He flew against the tribal forces. He later moved back to number 1 squadron as a flying officer to fly the Hawker Hurricane. Now, he was a member of the number 2 squadron, but later, because of his experience, he was again made back as a member of number 1 squadron, but this time, in this number 1 squadron, he was the leader. See, you can see over here, where the marshal flew against the tribal forces. He later moved back to number 1 squadron as a flying officer. He was the flying officer to fly to the Hawker Hurricane. Just let us memorize it again. First, when he became the officer, he was made to fly against Wapiti. He was made to fly to the Westland Wapiti using the biplanes, and he was the member of number 1 RAF squadron. What is RAF? That is Royal Indian Air Force. Okay. Air Force. And later he became the member of number 2 RAF squadron, and that time they had to fly against the tribal forces. Again, he came back to the number 1 RAF squadron as the flying officer. Okay, I hope it's clear. He was promoted to the rank of squadron leader in 1944. At this time, he was given that DFC award. We have learnt over here before. Over here. In 1944, this award was given to him, that is a Distinguished Flying Cross Award. Then he became the flying officer in number 2 squadron. For his role in successfully leading the squadron in combat. What is combat? It is a fight between two forces. Yeah, it was a fight between two forces, that is known as combat. For his role in successfully leading the squadron in the combat, he was awarded Distinguished Flying Cross Award in 1944. We have discussed this earlier. On August 15, 1947, that is on our Independence Day, he achieved the unique honor of leading the flag past. What is flag past? A ceremonial flight of an aircraft passing over a place. You can see over this is known as the flag past. Still on Independence Day, we are using the flag past as an honor on our Independence Day to celebrate the day. And he was given that unique honor of flying this flag past on that memorable day, that is our Independence Day. He achieved the unique honor of leading the flag past over 100 Indian Air Force aircrafts over the Red Fort in Delhi. On our Independence Day, almost there were hundreds of aircrafts which were adding new lives to our Independence Day, and he was leading that aircraft though. That was really a very historic moment. After his promotion to the rank of Wing Commander, he was again promoted. As I said you earlier, in this chapter we will see, as the days are passing, as the years are passing, he is promoted and promoted and promoted because of his high efforts and his dedication towards our nation. After his promotion to the rank of Wing Commander, he attained in the Royal Staff College at the UK. Immediately after Indian independence, he commanded Ambala. Ambala is right now in Punjab. Okay. In the rank of Group Captain, first you can see he was the Wing Commander, later he was given the rank of Group Captain. Middle you can see he is promoted and promoted. In 1949, that is after 2 years of our independence, he was promoted to the rank of Air Commodore. You can see over here, and took over the Air Force commanding, that is AOC of the Operational Command, which later came to be known as the Western Air Command. In this paragraph, you can see he is promoted and promoted later. He became the Air Commodore who took over the Air Force commanding. Later in 1949, he took over the Air Force commanding of the entire Indian Air Force of an operational command, which is later came to be known as the Western Air Command. What are the ranks he was promoted to? We'll just check out. This is the Wing Commodore. Then later he got the rank of the Group Captain, and later the Air Commodore. Okay. Let's go forward. Singh had the distinction of having the longest tenure as AOC of an operational base initially from 1949 to 1952. Usually, This AOC, that is, we have seen Air Force Commanding, that is usually we get for 1 or 2 years, but because of his efforts, because of his dedication, he was almost for how many years you can see? Probably 3 to 4 years he was, and it was his longest tenure as AOC. Usually 1 year is enough for a person or a pilot to get this distinction, but he was for the longest tenure. Tenure is a time period. Okay, tenure means a time period. Singh had the distinction of having the longest time period of an operational base initially starting. Okay, from 1949 to 1952, and then again from 1957 to 1961. You can see over here, usually people getting this AOCs for 2 to 3 years, as I said before, but later again he was selected as AOC from 1957 to 1961. So it was entirely a longest tenure of any pilot of being an AOC. After his promotion to the rank of Air Vice Marshal, he was appointed as the AOC in C, that is Officer Commanding in Chief. As I had said earlier, he was just promoted as the days were passing. First, he was just the Air Officer Commanding, but now he has become that rank's chief also. Like you can see, Air Officer Commanding in Chief. Okay, he has gone to a higher post of an operational command. Towards the end of 1962 war, he was appointed as the Deputy Chief of the Air Staff. Again, he was Deputy Chief of the Air Staff and became the Vice Chief of the Air Staff in 1963, again promoted to the Vice Chief of the Air Staff. He was the overall commander of the Joint Air Training Exercise Shiksha held between Indian Air Force, Royal Air Force and RAAF, Royal Australian Air Force. You can see over here, these are the symbols of three. This is the Indian Air Force, then this is the Royal Air Force, and this is the Royal Australian Air Force. And these three were the very important training exercises, and he was the commander of all these three. This is very important. He was the overall commander of the Joint Air Training Exercise Shiksha. This was the highest and the biggest air training exercise, and he was the leader of that one, held between these three. And what are these three? These three are usually taken into practice so that various nations all over the globe can come together and practice the fights between the nations, as like if the situations of the world war come, and we should have the practice of fighting with our enemies with using the aircraft. Now during this training exercise of Shiksha, using these three symbols, various nations fight with each other just for practice, just to have the knowledge of how should the aircrafts be fought during the war. Various nations come together during this exercise known as Shiksha and practice their fight for the wars coming ahead. That time, for this historic exercise, he was the overall commander. This is a very big thing.